Okay, here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Joff's VIP Room. I'm your host, Joffe, and what we're doing today, we're getting into Mortal Kombat 2021. I did a video posted earlier. It's out now. Go watch the very first video. This is the second video of how I would have written this Mortal Kombat 2021. I know a lot of people are bashing it. They're giving this, they're giving that. Some people like it, some people hate it. Hey, it is what it is. I like it for what it was. I'm not gonna bash it, but I do have my things where I would do to tweak it to make it better in a certain way. But it is what it is. It's already out there and it's done. I'm looking forward to. Well, let's see what happens with the second installment. We'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. So, um, watch the very first video. Tell me what you guys think about it. So let's get into the second part of this video. I'm not sure if I stated in the last video of why Sonya and Kano are going to be working together, but I pretty much wrote down saying Sonya and Kano are going to be working together from what her commander said to work with Kano to find the red dragon and the black dragon and find out was the guy who did what to Jax. Pretty much in the movie, Sub Zero froze Jack's arms, broke him apart, threw him off the cliff. I had him do that same thing in what I wrote down as well because that was a very perfect sequence. So I love that. So let's move on. So it was a lot to unpack with the very first video that I did. And I don't know how much the runtime was. I think I said I wanted 2 hours and 15 minutes. Scratch that. Make it 2 hours and 30 to 40 minutes. I think we deserve that. We waited a long time for this installment, and I think it would really benefit the film if it was 2 hours and 35 or 45 plus minutes. We deserve it. It'll go by quick because it's just so much going on within this Mortal Kombat universe. So let's continue. Let's go on. So I know I stopped at with Kung Lao getting into the fight with the other assassins that Shang Tsung has, his other generals that he has. So and he did a fatality to Natara. That was a beautiful fatality. Love that fatality. So keep going forward. So pretty much they beat Kung this and that scene right there. I want that scene to be like a real tense scene and do that fatality again. Like I said, that was man. That I gotta go back and watch that fatality was the best. So it was a. I want that scene to be really tense. Kung Lao pretty much is winning. He's pretty much handling the business, but the numbers game. And I can't remember how I ended off, but I want to say that Shang Tsung comes in and he pretty much is about to take Kung Lao's soul. He drains a little bit of his life force, but let's say Raiden go ahead, intervenes, stops that, teleports them out of the way. Boom, there we go. That way you can keep Kung Lao alive. I hate that they killed him off. Spoilers if you have not seen it. I hate that they killed him off. So keep Kung Lao for the next one. Let his arm get broken, let his leg get broken, let him life force get drained a bit. He can't fight right now. Save him for the next film. So move on. So where did we stop? Okay, so next scene. After that whole little Kung Lao fiasco scene right there, the next scene should be Sub Zero sneaking into a highly guarded ancient area to steal Shinnok's amulet. Pretty much, Mortal Kombat fans, they know how Shinnok's amulet look. They'll see it, and when that happens, off in a not too far distance, have Quan Chi and Scorpion show up nearby, and Quan Chi informs Scorpion that Sub Zero is nearby, and Scorpion's pretty much is out on revenge, trying to kill Sub Zero and avenge the death of his family. Quan Chi is like that little pesky little brother that's always nagging and saying something and always, pissing Scorpion off. You got to have a real great actor to play that off and to piss Scorpion off and to drop them little nuggets of pretty much just like I said, to piss Scorpion off. He's pretty much there to manipulate and to piss Scorpion off. That's why Quan Chi is there, and to move things around the way how he see fits and how he wants it to. So that scene happens. So next scene, I had Raiden teleports and meets up with Johnny Cage and Liu Kang. Liu Kang sees Kung Lao, barely beaten to death, and it angers him because his friend Kai and Nitro, what I wrote in the beginning of the first video, are pretty much dead because of Shang Tsung killed them, took their souls, and now seeing Kung Lao like that, his relative, in that state, it kind of tugs at him. So that's where brings more depth to the character a bit right there. So Raiden tells Liu Kang and Johnny Cage to seek out Sonya Blade because she's a part of this, because she's a part of the of Earth's fighters, and also to seek out another warrior. You'll see what that other warrior is real soon. And so Raiden, musters up some more energy or whatever. He loses some of his energy as it goes on. I know he's a god, but he states saying, yeah, gods get tired too, to keep it going. So he's using up some of that energy. So it's kind of weakening him, and he doesn't have time to rest because of everything he's putting into this, because he wants the Earth realm to win this. And so after that scene, this will be the second fight of the film of Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. They only had, the second fight of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That's why I wanted more time. I know time is money, money is time, and I know it's a lot of movement parts into this. I know schedules can get crazy, but I think this would be dope for them to have multiple fight scenes. And also, I just felt like this rivalry needed more, and I think the film needed just one more fight scene with them in it. That's just me. So Sub-Zero has the amulet now and is trying to escape, but is confronted by Scorpion. And I forgot to put that when. Oh well, we ain't gonna worry about that. I was gonna say that Johnny Cage pretty much had a stupid comment before they teleported, or when they saw Kung Lao all beaten and battered. Johnny Cage dropped a stupid comment and make you look at him like, man, you don't shut up. So Johnny Cage is stupid. But anyways, move forward. Scorpion and Sub-Zero are fighting, and he's pretty much Sub-Zero is trying to get out of there and do what needs to be done with the amulet. And they pretty much get into a fight. Scorpion talks a little bit. Let's see, and lost my place here. Yeah, Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight a bit. Then the guards of that ancient civilization, or whatever you can say, pretty much start to fight Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So it's a battle with Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting each other. The guards come in and they wind up tag teaming on them, fighting the guards while also trying to kill each other. And they're at each other's throats, which makes for a fun and creative scene. They even do some double team moves with their abilities to make it fun. And because I think that's a little bit something of what the film needed a little bit more of, to have a little bit more fun. It was good for what it was, but just have a little bit more fun with it, with these two characters. And of course, Sub-Zero gets away with the amulet for story purposes of how the story goes. Then what else happened? So the next scene, we have a little quick scene with Sonya and Kano, where Kano still being Kano, pissing Sonya off, saying things about how she does this, she ain't shit, yada 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 this, yada yada that. Little quick scene, real quick, to give Kano some more laughs in it, or give some more tension between the two characters. Okay, so and the next scene, you finally have the villains. Should be like a good chunk. Well, not a good chunk. A good little decent amount of time with Melina Baraka and Cabal talking to Shang Tsung about killing Earth's warriors. About them, pretty much it's a rundown of, hey, we can get in trouble for breaking these rules. We got to make sure this counts. Give some more lines to Melina Baraka and Cabal, because I feel like they needed a little bit more lines. And they pretty much, remind Shang Tsung, hey man, hey man, if this doesn't work out, the Emperor Shao Kahn could have our heads for this stuff, man. And so he's telling them, don't worry, yada yada. I got a sleeve up my hand to help us out, and pretty much saying that, don't worry, I got it. And then, Cabal questions him, and then Shang Tsung pretty much shows, pretty much embarrasses Cabal in front of everybody, and says, hey, hey man, pretty much put his pimp hand down, and says, Cabal, hey man, don't worry, I got this. Don't worry about. I remember your bargain. I remember this. Don't worry. I can, I got this under control. And he also showed Cabal that he can crush him just like that because it's Shang Tsung. And so, next scene, will be Johnny Cage and Liu Kang finds that warrior Raiden was talking about. And so they come across Kenshi, because I think Kenshi will be a dope character introduced into this film. And he's a fan favorite, and everybody loves Kenshi. Everybody loves Kenshi. Who doesn't love Kenshi? Who doesn't love a blind swordsman? And so pretty much Kenshi, they tell Kenshi what they're doing, what they're trying to fight for, that they need the help. Raiden sent them. He said, man, whatever. He blows them off. Said, yeah, I'm on a different mission right now. I'm focused on this. Johnny Cage says something stupid to piss Kenshi off and to provoke him. They get into like a little fight. With tag teaming on fighting Kenshi, and Kenshi gonna go to work and pretty much do his thug thizzle. He tells, and I broke down saying that Liu Kang gets the upper hand on Kenshi while they doing that little scuffle and fighting or whatever, trading shots. And Johnny Cage holds his own. Oh, both of them hold their own, but they can't really match Kenshi right now because he's telepathic and telekinesis and all that. And so Kenshi tells Liu Kang that he has his respect, that he will help him in the future if he needs it, but not right now. Let me do what I got to do in the future. If y'all survive this, I got you. And he also tells Johnny Cage that he doesn't respect him, And so I think that would be a funny exchange right there because, Johnny is the comic relief. So, move on. I think with all that right there, we're probably about a good hour and let me see, probably a good hour and probably get an hour and 15 into the movie. Probably a little bit more, but hey, make it work. That's what I say. So let's go over to the next scene. Let's see. Oh, also have Kenshi say that he's searching for the lone wolf. So a little Easter egg talk about Night Wolf right there. I think that would be dope. And save Night Wolf for down the road into the next film or whatever. Okay, so another quick scene. Quan Chi meets with Sub-Zero, or Sub-Zero meets with Quan Chi or whatever, and receives the amulet. Sub-Zero reminds Quan Chi of the deal they made. Everybody's making these deals, these backhand, these sly little deals or whatever. Hey, man, you promised me this, you promised me that, or whatever. And so Quan Chi pretty much said, yeah, whatever. You better leave before Shang Tsung gets suspicious because, he doesn't want Shang Tsung to know what's going on. And so next scene, real quick scene. Raiden is tending to Kung Lao's injuries. Kung Lao pretty much comes through a little bit, and then he's broken, battered, beaten, damn near bloodied and beaten to death, damn near. And they have a little talk, and then Kung Lao says, do you think Earth's warriors will do great without him? Excuse me. Late, man. Doing this late. So she's about to get through it. So pretty much he says, can Earth's warriors defeat Shang Tsung without him? Defeat the others without him? And Raiden does that whole don't answer him stick and says, save your rest. Then he asks Raiden about will he get in trouble for meddling with human affairs. Raiden said, don't worry about it, get your strength, yada yada yada. So moving on to the next scene. Liu Kang, Johnny Cage finds Sonia and Kano, and then Kano and Cage and Kano have like a little funny exchange of words with everything, what have you, whatnot, little banter. And then Kano reveals that if this was all a setup, Shang Tsung was the commander-in-chief who told Sonya to help him out. Commander was somewhere else or whatever. And they pretty much set him up for failure for the Black Dragon to come through and ambush them. They walk in with a couple of knockoff, throwaway, Black Dragon members, and then they fight the other members of that were shown earlier within the film. Mortal Kombat fans knows these, but these are lower tier, villains of the franchise. Liu Kang versus Cobra, Johnny Cage versus Jared. Johnny Cage versus Jared, and Sonya Blade versus Kira. And Kano, they all win, they all fight, they kill him or whatever, they beat him down, they kill him or whatever. And Kano escapes with the portal with Cabal to get away. Meanwhile, the whole time while they're fighting, Shang Tsung is out hanging out in the bleachers or whatever. He's just hanging out, looking at them, and he sees that he's pretty much looking at what, Earth Realm has to offer with their champions. He sees what they can do. He's impressed by him, even though they fought some lower tier, So lower tier Black Dragon members, Shang Tsung is like, nah, man. I need to do this now and kill these people off because I want guaranteed victory when the combat officially goes and starts. So he jumps into the portal with them, follow right behind them. Of course, they don't, unbeknownst to them, they don't know Shang Tsung jumped through the portal. And then once they get to the Earth Warriors, Cage, Sonya, and Liu Kang, they get to the portal of where Raiden, gets them to teleport to the new hideout. They go off, and then right before Shang Tsung about to follow behind them, um, lurking like a roach, cameo appearance. Rico. Rico was what he was in the 2021 film. He didn't really have any lines. He was a strong man played by Nathan Jones. I like Nathan Jones, but I just need a little bit more lines from him. I need something else from him. So Rico comes through, shows up, tells Shang Tsung that the Emperor Shao Kahn, or just say the Emperor, is pissed off, and he says you better win because things could really get out of hand and really cost a lot of power and a lot of things could shift within the within Earth Realm's way for doing this stuff because of what you're doing is breaking the rules or and so he pretty much tells Shang Tsung, you better do this, do that, you better hope that your plan works, or whatever, but we still keep a close eye on you. Shang Tsung says, hey, to make this a guaranteed deal, which was pretty much Shang Tsung plan all along, to ask for extra help from the Emperor or whatever. Or if he would have gotten it, never hey, it is what it is. So Rico says, I'm going to send the Shokan. And we already know what the Shokan is, but that'll come in later on, of course. So next scene, Scorpion approaches Quan Chi and asks for Quan Chi another chance, another shot at Sub-Zero, another shot of redemption. Quan Chi is kind of like, man, whatever. I got what I want. I want my amulet. You ain't do the job, whatever. Pretty much baiting them in, to baiting them in, manipulating Scorpion. So he grants Scorpion the power of teleportation because he can teleport through hellfire or whatever to get wherever he wants to. And so, okay, do that, and my master, and he says my master will give you whatever you desire, whatever you want. So, okay, go do it. And he hypes Scorpion up, or whatever. Scorpion does his thug dizzle, does his thing. We already know Quan Chi gonna do Quan Chi. So, next scene, it shows Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, and Johnny Cage doing what they got to do next. Okay, so in this next scene, with Cage, Sonya, Liu Kang, what they're doing now is they're approaching Raiden. Raiden tells him that his powers are slowly, pretty much going away. He can only do so much, and the other gods are calling for him right now to answer for meddling within Earthrealm's affairs. And so before he goes, Sonya Blade mentions her partner Jax because she's still concerned about it. It's heavy on her mind that she got Stryker killed, she got Jax injured because of Sub-Zero, all that good stuff. It's still heavy on her heart. And he shows Jax being operated on back at her special forces headquarters. Not the monks. I don't know how the monks were able to get all this metal and all this other stuff to operate on Jax in the 2021 film. It is what it is. Whatever. So, and now show them little tink tink arms that Jax has right now. But, it's the special, and don't forget that in the first video, Jax made a comment about, this type of metal that they've been talking about working within the special forces. That's the metal that they use now to create his arms. Show him knocked out, and but Sonya still, she's relieved, but she's still like, man, I still feel bad about it, but I'm glad he's doing all right. Then also have Liu Kang talk about, his talk about his friend Kai and Bo Raicho. He's talk about Kung Lao. Raiden gives both Liu Kang and Sonya Blade some encouraging words, and before he leaves, Johnny Cage asks him, hey, Raiden, what about me? Raiden just pretty much taps him on the shoulder and says, I just want you to survive. That's all I want you to do. Johnny Cage is the comic relief. Later on in other films, they'll get Johnny on board. So build more on Johnny. So that's what it is with that one. So let's go off to the next one. Almost finished with this, guys. Don't worry. So in this next scene, at the hideout, well, the scene continues. The scene, there is a, let me see, there is a breach within the hideout because Shang Tsung, followed him, followed the Earth Warriors through the portal. They pretty much get into a fight. They get their ass kicked. Sonya versus, Baraka, Cage versus Melina, Kang versus Cabal. Johnny Cage having a hard time fighting Melina because she's a girl. All that stuff. They get their ass kicked, but then Raiden makes a U-turn, comes right back down. Boom. And he stops, he intervenes and has words with Shang Tsung, and he pretty much, he still is, Raiden is still weak, but he had enough power to, get down back to Earth real quick, make that U-turn real quick. So, let me see what that, okay, hold on. So with that happening, Raiden and Shang Tsung fight. They actually fight and go at it for a quick minute, couple minutes in there. They fight and show some things. Raiden is still a bit strong. He's getting the upper hand. He's winning, but Cabal cheats and gives Shang Tsung that little in order so he can get in over on Raiden. Shang Tsung was getting ready to take some of Raiden's life force. I'm not sure if he can take Raiden's soul because I don't think he can take a god's soul, but I'm not sure. I'll research that. I'll research that for me. Somebody write in the comments below if Shang Tsung can do that. But pretty much he get the upper hand on Raiden. And with that happening, Liu Kang is like had enough of it. So Liu Kang, boom, fireball. Just like in Mortal Kombat 1, boom, hit Shang Tsung with the fireball in the face. And so Shang Tsung gets pissed off. He says, man, I'm tired of this shit. Tired of this crap. And so what he does is he brings in Shiva. He tells his generals, let's go, let's get out of here. Shiva, she gonna handle the rest of this. She got it. They leave and Shiva wrecks everything in their path. Either it could be Shiva or it can be Goro. Either or, I'm fine with that. Either one of those two, I'm fine with that. So Shiva comes through, wreck shop, does all this, does all that, and then go to the next scene. Next scene is Scorpion teleports searching for Sub-Zero. He hit him with an ice ball blast and freezes Scorpion, and Sub-Zero slowly approaches Sub-Zero. Let's move on to the next final scenes. Okay, so now this is the final fight of the film, and I need everything into it. Pretty much that last final scene that you got in this Mortal Kombat 2021 version, minus Cole Young, that's what I need from this fight, but make it a lot more intense. I know I keep saying that word, make it more intense, make it more intense. I keep saying that because I felt like that's something that the movie was lacking a bit. They did great with the fatalities. They did great with. I even think that the casting choices were really good. Except for, I think the cast choices were actually really good. I feel like my beard was cold. One of my hair. I gotta trim this damn beard, man. So I felt that casting and everything was great. It's just that some things that I think was lacking a bit to make it, make it what it was. So now, with that being said, yeah, Scorpion and Sub-Zero have their final battle. Of course, Scorpion wins, right? And he does that same fatality. Boom, skull, flaming skull, boom, fire. That's it. That's a wrap for Sub-Zero. With a 2 out of 3 falls matchup. So, yeah, Scorpion wins. So after that, the scene should cut back to Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, and Sonya Blade. They check in on Raiden and Kung Lao and all that. Raiden tells them that he underestimated mortals, yada yada. He said he'll probably have to pay to the Elder Gods for this. I forgot to mention earlier that scene where Rico shows up and tells him that hey, Shao Kahn wants you right now. I forgot to mention after they leave, Johnny Cage drops that one line saying, "So did we win?" Whatever. It's Johnny Cage would say something like that. But anyways, so pretty much at this scene right here, Raiden says he underestimated mortals. He's proud of them. Yada yada yada. We'll have to answer the elder gods for what's happened, what was done. It is what it is, but he's proud to say that Earth warriors live to fight again. Kumbaya, yada yada. We all happy now. The heroes one still out. And so after that, cue the little original Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat, dun, 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 dun. And then after the credits, this is what I want to happen. Show Quan Chi with the amulet walking up to a tomb and placing it on the tomb. And as he bows, it starts to glow. Quan Chi looks up, he smirks, and then that's the end for his scene. And then slowly transition into showing Rico and Shang Tsung walking. And then they meet up with and bow down to the Emperor Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn walks up, and then he like thrust kicks, boom, Shang Tsung in his shoulder, knocks him down. And Shang Tsung growls a little bit, and he's sad and all that, like, oh boo, I'm sorry, master, yada yada yada. And then Shao Kahn says, we're going to pay for this because of your insolence and all that other, big, we're gonna pay for this because of the stupid thing that you did. It is what it is. And then he takes away some of his powers. And he, takes away some of his life force, whatever his powers, whatever. And then he becomes that weak old man. And then show him as the old original Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat 1. The OG Shang Tsung, Hideaki. I think that's how you pronounce his name. What's his name? I've got to pronounce his name. I'm too excited. Show him as that old Shang Tsung in the credits, in the scene. All that being said, I think that will serve as a great Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I think so. And don't forget Melina Bay, Sissy Stringer. That's my baby. Leave her alone. So, anyways, with that being said, what do you guys think about that story of Mortal Kombat that I created? I'll use some elements and use some things paying homage to the first film, some other things. I use some of the things from this film that just came out. I'm okay with them saying that they use what's that word, the arcana type of whatever, and then they got the little dragon tattoos. I'm okay with that. Just make it make sense, I'm fine with that. The arcana. I can't think of how you pronounce it, but I'm fine. I'm cool with that. That's cool. That's dope. I'm all for that. Just make it make sense and make it feel organic. Tell me what you guys think with the cameo appearances. Of course, I didn't write out some of the lines of what I would use. That's up to the writers. If I was in that writing room, I'll be able to tweak and do that. What do you think about all the fights that could happen? Do you think this story, what I came up with, was too weak? Do you think what I came up with made no sense? I love hearing your feedback on it. Or what would you do differently to make this film stand out? And give me your thoughts on it. So with that being said, thank you. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Be safe out there. And see you guys next time. Have a good one. We are done for the Mortal Kombat. We're done. Finito. Get out of here. Get out of here. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Be safe.